Hi, I am Ajoya, owner of AJ Excursions.
Hey, I'm Naja P, owner of Freaking Fresh. And
together we are
Village Vibez.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
So you can find us on Instagram, One Village Vibes. Facebook, One Village Vibes.
Yep.
You can find me on Instagram, AJ__ excursions. Facebook, at Joy AJ Excursions or just AJ Excursions.
You can find me at Freaking Fresh on Facebook and Natural Impressions. That's Natural NPRESSIONS. Natural Impressions on Instagram, or hit me up at freakingfresh@gmail.com.
So, what is our vision?
What's our vision? I believe it's bringing the village to your hood, to your yard.
Thank you. Because that's what we're going to do. Bring our vibes to your backyard.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to jump right in today.
We are living single. So we're talking about loving single. What does that mean?
In a 2020 kind of world.
Right.
What we doing?
What does loving single mean?
Ooh, loving yourself, maybe?
How about accepting that you're single and owning it and not feeling ashamed? I have a lot of thoughts on this. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna be running my mouth this time.
This is going to be good. So, first thing, let's talk about this. Let's look at this. How do you date yourself? How are you in a relationship with yourself? What do you do?
Wait a minute. I think before we go into dating ourselves, we have to talk about loving ourselves enough, liking ourselves enough to take ourselves out on a date, to date ourselves.
We are back up. How do you like yourself? How do you love yourself? What are things that you do to like and love yourself?
So I was thinking about this. There's exercises I think that you need to do the same way, the same things you would do with someone else that you're getting to know. Like, you need to get to know yourself. So maybe it's having an inward conversation. And I'm not saying talk to yourself like you need medication, but maybe a dialogue with yourself on paper.
Okay. Like what would you put down in this dialogue?
So, okay, it could look like a diary. It could be maybe things I like about myself, things that I want to do with myself in the future. When girls were little, they would sit down, not all, some, and, I want to do this with my husband. I want to go here and there. I want to do this.
Or when we dreamed about like our dream
wedding,
married and all that stuff
like that.
Okay.
Right? So sit down and do that with yourself. What do you want to do with yourself? Like, I have to take myself on my honeymoon. I'm not married. Don't know if I ever will get married, but I said to myself, I'm going to take myself on my honeymoon.
Okay. So right. you are going to write down. So that's what you have wrote. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, what would I write down?
What about affirmations? Like, flirt with yourself. You're liking yourself, flirt with yourself. Girl, you look good today. Or, man, you fresh or whatever. Like something like that.
Okay,
those are exercises that you do. I like
that. I like being able to look in the mirror every day in the morning while you're brushing your teeth, telling yourself that you are beautiful. Girl, you are sexy. Girl, you are smart. Girl, you got it going on. Girl, I date you. Hey.
Right.
So I think I love that part. So looking in the mirror and just reaffirming, reassuring.
Yes.
Right? Who you are every day.
Sometimes
that's a great thing.
Sometimes it's not even reaffirming. Some people just, they don't know that they don't like themselves. Right. So maybe that's what I'm saying. This is also confidence building. Yeah. Look, I think I'm the shit. So, okay, I'm reaffirming. I want to be in the mirror and I'd be like, hey girl. Right. I do that. But if I didn't have self-confidence, this would help build.
But that's reaffirming because if you don't think you're beautiful, but every day in the morning, you're going to reaffirm what you want to believe, right? So you sit up there and you tell yourself you are beautiful, you are smart. It's almost like, you remember from the movie, you're beautiful, you's kind.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
No, what is that from? I don't remember that.
When she brought the pie?
Who is she?
Oh,
what movie is this?
Baby. Now the movie.
Uh-huh. What movie?
Oh my gosh. What is the movie?
I don't know.
Why am I drawing a blank on?
You beautiful, you kind, brought the pie.
Yes, she was talking to the little girl. She was the nanny talking to the little girl.
Oh, you talking about The Help?
Yes.
Listen, first of all I remember is a shit pie. That's what I remember.
That's the best part.
The shit pie.
But no, so seriously, when I use it as a joke, but remember, you talk to yourself, and I'm trying to think, and I love what you just said. You write down what do you like about yourself, and one of the things that you do is, you write down what you like about yourself, but why wouldn't you also write down the things you want to improve? Would you do that as well? So you write down what you like, what you want to improve.
As long as you're in a place where it's like constructive criticism or goals and not
beating yourself up.
Yeah. You don't want to put yourself down, because that getting to like yourself is not about beating yourself down. It's about building yourself up to a point where you would date yourself, become your own friend. Sounds crazy, but hang out with yourself. Whatever you would do with another person, do it with yourself. Because really what that is you're allowing yourself to be single and on your own without being alone or lonely. You have to be able to be your own person on your own before you go to someone else.
So, okay. Now, if this was me writing in my journal, what do I like and love about myself? I think the first thing I would like and love about myself is myself, loving me. I like me. I like...
More specific.
So I got to go even... So
Listen, we write pros and cons of people. We don't need the cons. We already know the cons. So every day we tell ourselves cons.
I like my hairstyles. I like my glasses. I have learned to love my lips because I had a hate relationship with my lips.
Right.
I love my laughter. I love my mind. I love my love of music. I love my love of food. Don't talk about me. I love my love of travel. So would I write? I think I would write stuff like that, and then do the affirmations in the mirror. And I think that would be my beginning. If I just got out of a relationship or I've been single for a long time and I'm struggling with it. Right. I think that's where I love that you said that. So I will start there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you start dating yourself.
So dating yourself. So how to begin a relationship with yourself. What is the first thing that you would do? I think is think about things that you put off because you're not in a relationship.
I was going to say the same thing. Things you've always wanted to do. Right. But you said, I don't have him in this, and do it with yourself
and do it. So if you love going to concerts and you don't have anyone to go to, you buy that ticket.
Right.
You buy that one ticket. Yep. If it's going to the movies and you love going to the movies, you go to the movies. If it's going shopping, if it's traveling, you get up and decide, you know what? I've always wanted to go to Chicago. I've always wanted to go to Vegas, and you go by yourself.
And people, they feel uncomfortable or insecure doing that. And they say, I want somebody to share it with. But we're in the age of social media. You can do things on your own and share it on Instagram or Facebook and feel like you're not by yourself.
Correct.
You can have these experiences alone and share. You can have someone to share that out with. You can record yourself. Back in the day, you couldn't record because there was nothing to record with. You understand?
I agree.
You can do those things. You can make your own experiences, record them, and if you get in a relationship, you can share them with people.
And then you can go back and say, well, I did this on my own, so how about now?
Share with yourself, yeah.
Let's go do it together. So, okay, we still talking about being in a relationship with yourself. What are other things that you would do in a relationship with yourself? I think for me would be taking cooking classes, because I just love food, and I already can cook, but I just love going to learn how to do new things. And I also just love to go eat the food, and I don't have to do it at home. So I think, don't judge me. Yes.
Well, look,
I would.
I'm looking at my points, right? There's some things that I think before we date ourselves, even though we kind of jumped into it, I think we need to learn to love our journey of being single. And while you're dating yourself, you get to love the process of knowing yourself.
Embracing the process.
Yeah, because that becomes the true self-worth, knowledge of self-esteem, confidence, all of those things, the comfortability. Because if you're not comfortable in your own skin, you're not going to be comfortable with someone else. And also allow yourself time to grow.
Time to heal.
If there's anything to heal from.
If there's nothing, but even...
I mean, there are people who are chronically single. There's nothing to heal. They have no horrible relationship. I mean, I'm broken up from a relationship and I was upset for I have nothing to heal from now. I'm single. I've been single for years.
I agree. So I agree. I agree with that. I don't have anything to heal from, but some people who do, you're right. I think you need that time to heal, and also I think you need to enjoy. I think you should have fun. And I think people forget to have fun being single. And I don't think the stigma is there anymore to be single.
It's there.
And you think it is?
It's there. I made a point of no pressure. Because look at, even now we're talking about social media. Listen, there are people who are so upset because over Christmas, over New Year's, it's going to be Valentine's Day. Everybody's getting engaged. Everybody's getting married. Everybody's having babies. Now that people are more connected, there's a different type of pressure. The pressure used to come from our parents.
Yes.
Or when you're going to get married. Now it's everyone around you. It's people you don't know. And it doesn't have to be directed towards you. You don't see, the only things you see in media, like let's say advertisements, the only things you see single women in are for maxi pads, tampons, birth control.
You're right.
Sometimes, like beauty regimens, everything is geared towards family oriented situations. So everything is about family. There's pressure, societal pressure.
But, and I guess because I run the Facebook group with so many of my ladies that are doing so many things, and a lot of them are not single, I don't look at the pressure because we are just jumping and leaping and going and doing what we want, however we want it, that I didn't look at it until you mentioned it, the pressure of being single. And I guess it is, especially if you still want to have a child, if you still want to be married, which I do. I would love to be married. I would love to have a partner. I would love to have someone to hang out with. But in the same token, I love life. So I haven't stopped living. And I think that's I think that's the key for me right there is in your singleness, live. Don't stop. Like, it's like a lot of people have that wait. A lot of people get stuck and then they're in this waiting period. Like, I can't go there, but I don't want to stay here. So they're in this limbo, and it's like a limbo for them.
Well, see, listen, also, we're talking about being stuck. It's difficult to come out of this funk when you're single if you have friends that have children or that are in relationships.
Yes.
Because let's just be real, there's a stigma there too, because they don't want to invite the single cute homegirl to hang out with her. Becky doesn't want cute Patricia to come hang out with her and her man, Becky and her husband. Nobody wants the single chick to hang out with the married you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Nobody wants that. No chick is gonna be like, hey, yo, Devin, go hang out with your boy who's still hoeing around. Really? And you don't have to be a hoe, but that's her perception because that's single. A stigma
because you're
about
single.
Being single. And then when you're of a certain age, like over 30, people think something is wrong with you emotionally, mentally, like you're blocked off, like you fucked up in the game, maybe you're a bitch. Like they think those things. There's a lot of stigma being
so
single.
Crazy because I am single, been single for a while, and I hear you don't have kids. When are you going to have kids?
Right.
And you're not married. So why is that? And I'm like, well, life just happened and I kept living and I didn't realize I was living and enjoying and doing, and I was single.
When you say you didn't realize, it's almost as if you're apologizing or making excuses. If you don't have kids because you didn't want them, fuck them. Who gives a fuck?
No, and
you don't have kids.
You already know.
Don't make apologies or excuses. Look, I got 2 kids. I'm single, and
I have none, and I'm single, and I am so Thank you, Jesus.
And sometimes it's a whole lot better being single than carrying around somebody who you don't fucking want to be with or who don't want to be with you. There's a lot of people who are single in relationships.
And that, I think that is worse if you are single in a relationship.
I was single in a relationship.
Being single. You date yourself, you get to know yourself, you figure out what you like, you figure out what you don't like. Because a lot of times
reevaluate your list.
Yes. And a lot of times we don't even realize what we like and what we dislike, and we grow. And so out of the relationship that we just got out of, we have grown
just
because we learned.
Yep.
We figured out, what I liked 5 years ago, 5 months ago, I no longer like, I no longer want. And then age just happened, allows you to just add that other layer of growth on it. So then you figure out, you reevaluate your do accept list and your do not accept list of what you like and dislike. And then you move from there. And in that process, the growth, I think back, when I was in a 9-year relationship that I shouldn't have been in for 9 seconds, let alone 9 years, 9 months, 9 weeks, 9 days. Should not have been in. And when I got out of that relationship, I learned so much about me. And I think that is a huge key, learning about you. I learned so many things. I learned what I like, what I don't want, what I want, what I'm willing to give, what I'm willing, what I'm not willing to give. Though. And it does, but my core, my core values haven't changed.
When we talk about reassessing your list, look, if you're talking about you have to have a man with 8 figures, let's just be real. If you're trying to date a black man with 8 figures, good luck on that. Not saying that they don't exist, but I'm saying if you haven't met him, good luck on that, unless you like best friends with Oprah or something. Like, real talk, you need to reevaluate and be much more realistic. And let's not talk about superficial things. And even though finances is something that breaks up relationships, what about the essence of the man? Is he do you want a good person? What does a good person look like? A person who is family oriented, person who loves their mother, person who believes in God, things like that. We need to reevaluate our list. And within reevaluating our list,
being honest on your list,
honest.
And being specific on your list.
But see, the thing is, we can't be too specific. If I say I have to have a man who's 6 feet tall or higher, and every dude I've dated who's 6 feet tall or taller is an asshole, and a really great guy comes along and he's 5'10", I shouldn't tell him to fuck himself because he's 5'10".
No, but you also should really look at like what it is you want.
So it's the game changers. What are the game changers?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But
what's to just? So I'll tell you what. I don't go to church regularly, but if there's a man who does not have any faith of any sort and or shoots down people's faith, I'm not fucking with him. Period.
So for me, I go to church, and if you do not have a church home, if you're not a believer, if you not open, and the one thing I won't do is I can't guide you to church.
No.
You already
you might guide by example, but you can't force him.
No.
If he wants to go with you, that's one thing.
So I like that part. And that's why I'm saying being specific. Yeah. I'm not going to date someone that is not a believer. I am not going to date someone that is a different religion than I am. I'm not converting, and I'm not asking.
And you know what else, though?
So that's what I mean by being specific.
Loving single. Dating doesn't mean... I got a lot. Dating doesn't mean that you are necessarily exclusive or off the market.
Exactly.
Dating is an experience where you go out and you experience things with one person or many people. You do not have to date one person and one person alone.
And you should not date one person and one person alone.
You need to get to know. And you cannot tell who a person is. Dating him on the couch in his house or yours or in the bedroom. Do you understand this? You will never know who he is. You
or
might think he or she, you might think this person is great. Go out to Applebee's and they act like a damn fool.
But I don't want to go to Applebee's.
But it doesn't matter. That's just whatever.
I'm sorry.
Her bougie ass. Go out to Applebee's and they act a fool. You go to the zoo and they're telling you how they hate animals, or that time they shot a dog for no reason. Like, you don't get to know people in their true sense unless you're out interacting. They let down their guard and they really show you who they are.
One thing, loving single, getting to know who you are, dating yourself, communication. I've learned the value of communication. That is pivotal to relationships.
All relationships.
It is, but what I'm saying is that was a key thing that I learned. And I learned to ask for what I wanted, even of myself.
Yeah, I was just going to go there.
Even of myself. I had to ask myself to change things. I may not wanted to change. I had to ask myself to do things. I had to ask myself to let go.
Right.
I had to ask myself to build where I thought was already built up, and to tear down what I thought did not need tearing down. And what I mean by that, I had to ask myself to, for a while, I went back into biting my tongue, not saying things, thinking it, but not speaking on it because I didn't want to seem confrontational. I didn't want to seem like the angry Black female. And I had to ask myself, why are you doing this? Not to say I want to argue, but I need to voice, and I have a right to stating what I'm looking for or when I didn't like something without it. It should not be that I'm an angry Black female because I said or I asked for something.
Right.
So I gave myself permission to say what I want or ask for what I wanted whenever I wanted. And when I did that years ago, it changed things because I will tell you I want to go eat. I will tell you I want to go to I would ask more. And before I didn't, I was so laid back with it. I reserved because I didn't want you to feel like I was putting pressure on you. I'm not sure if anyone else probably felt that way, but I did. I kept a lid on.
During that time, you were also such a giver, and you kept giving and giving and giving, waiting or hoping for that reciprocation that didn't come, and you held back because it was almost like you felt you didn't deserve that.
Correct.
You didn't deserve that
you are
voice.
So correct.
And that comes right back to liking and loving yourself. You know,
that was a process I had to get to, being single, and it was so freeing.
Right.
When I got there, it was
being
such
with the wrong person can make you not like or love yourself. I've never been someone who didn't love myself, and I've never been someone who held their tongue or took shit. But I took it upon myself to make a concerted effort to be nice, right? And then I fell into this relationship that was LD, and then it with long distance, and then we became
cohabitants.
Yeah, cohabitants. And what I noticed is that I fell out of love and out of touch with myself because I was loving him. That's not love, you see, because I gave so much energy. There was no synergy. He was not filling me up. And I'm not going to blame him because I knew that I realized when he couldn't fill my cup that I should have stepped away, and I didn't. But being with the wrong person, it can change you. It can make you fall out of love with yourself because my balance was gone. I stopped doing the things that I loved, the things that kept me in touch with me. You know, I stopped being that person I loved. And so coming out of that relationship, I am still trying to find the old me, but you know what? I'm not the old me. So I shouldn't be looking for her. I shouldn't be looking for the old Naj. I should be looking towards the new Naj, you know?
And I love that you said that, because when I never forget one of the main things that I had to learn, and you were a catalyst for this. I remember years ago when I thought I was ugly, and I have to give you and Duffier just a huge shout out, because remember, I wouldn't even wear lipstick.
Yeah.
Right? You remember I would not wear lipstick. I thought my lips were too big and everything. And you and Duffier helped me, took me shopping, helped me find colors. And now you look at my purse at all times. I have like 30
I said to you
lipsticks.
What an ex said to me. Remember I told you I wouldn't show my arms? They were fat. And Jason, wait, he was well, what are you doing? He was like, you know, I still see your arms are fat. You just look hot. You just look uncomfortable. Now you're just fat and hot. And I said, holy shit. Didn't he just free me? Didn't he do it? He did it. And girl, let me tell you something. If I didn't want to wear sleeves, I didn't wear them, because guess what? I wasn't hiding shit. And I told Joy, I was like, is your lips small without the lipstick? Because I don't understand. They big regardless. Like, you can wear brown or red. It don't make no difference. Like, your lips is your lips.
They are my lips. And I remember Duffier saying to me, she was like, if I had your lips, I would be at work every day with all these different colors.
People get fillers. But you see, that's the thing.
And I had to learn to love that. And it's so amazing when you loving single. Because when you're loving being single, it moves you to who you could, should, and really want to be. Because it gets you, it starts shaking things up. It gets some things moving. And you know what else it does?
It moves you in the direction of the people you should align yourself with emotionally, socially, whatever. Now see, look at some people love themselves single and go the other way. Some people are loving themselves single and they think loving themselves is, girl, I'm about to get lit. I'm about to be high as a bitch and all that. And they fucking up. And that can go the other way. I mean, listen, nothing wrong with having a good time, right? But at night, after you're done with all that, what are you left with? What do you gain from that? Because that lit night leaves you empty. It leaves you hungry. It leaves you hungover. It leaves you with less money. It's taking away from you. See, we don't think about those things.
I love that you just said that, because when we're single, we're out, we're partying. And you come back home and then you realize, especially when you were out with your girlfriend that's in a relationship and y'all had a great time, and it's 2-3 in the morning and she does the text home and he's like, baby, come on home. I'm waiting for you.
I'm coming home. Right? Yeah.
And she sends that little selfie.
Sends the eggplant. Emoji.
And she sends that. And then she does the selfie with her little butt out and tooting up and whatever.
Right.
And she's going home, and then you go home and take off your makeup and you lay in the bed, and now you're like, well, should I make that phone call? Should I do that text?
Well, what you need to do is tap into your tweeting. Ooh, there goes my hands. You need to love yourself. You know, fuck the dude or the chick, love yourself.
And that's a powerful thing, because
like
when you love yourself, it's easier to go home. So, okay, what does it look like? What does loving single?
Well, wait.
We are loving single. Okay, so what does it look like? So let's talk about self-care. What does self-care look like?
Self-care is different for everyone. I mean, your self-care is different than mine.
Yes, but let's talk about a generalized self-care. So we're
talking about mental health. We're talking about physical health. We're talking about environmental health. Those cover everything, really.
It does.
You know, I mean, financial health, because, I mean, we got...
And family health.
Yeah.
It does. Self-care. What do you... Give me a self-care that you live by for you. What will be a self-care for you?
See, well, there's nothing that I necessarily live by. You know what? A self-care for me is that I allow myself to be in my feeling in that moment. So if I'm angry, I'm angry. If I'm sad, I'm sad. I allow it, but I will not allow myself to wallow in it.
Okay.
When you push things aside, then they fester. Then you become depressed and this and that. Depression is normal. Anger is normal. All those things are normal. It's about being in it, acknowledging it, and then working your way out of it.
Okay. Self-care.
How about you?
My self-care that I live by is taking care of me.
What does that mean?
Meaning I live by taking care of my body, my mind. I live by my music, listening to music, reading a book, getting a mani and pedicure, getting sugar from the rooter to the tutor, making sure my body is always taken care of, because it doesn't matter if I'm single or not. I believe in that self-care and just making sure I feel good.
You're getting yourself ready for yourself.
Yeah, right?
It's like, we be getting ready for the dude coming over or we about to go out, but you do it for yourself.
I do.
And see, I love do it
the way
a
I
different
feel.
way. But you're right. She's forever with the grease down to the socks, Lord Jesus. But that's her self-care regimen. It makes her feel good about herself. I'm addicted to lip gloss and underwear. Like, I will buy them shits nonstop because I got to have something that makes my ass look good, or that if I take a picture, it's cute in, or whatever, or it looks good in the jeans.
She's the best underwear buyer, y'all. Let me tell you.
I
Thank
like
God, because I don't do good with that.
I like
she
to have a
them.
good lip. Emotionally, I have to take a moment and breathe. I have to really, if you know me, I stay in the car. Like, that's no lie. I will sit in my car 45 minutes, whatever. That's my meditation time. That's my moment. When my kids were younger, I would go home and I'd burn incense, I paint, I do those things, I play music. But see, everyone's self-care or loving themselves, it looks different. Just taking the time out for you is the essence of that.
Beautiful self-care.
That is what self-care is. It is taking time. You take care of everyone else.
To light your candles, to light your incense,
right? To
run that bubble bath, to drink your wine. Right. Remember, and I haven't done this in a while, but remember my Friday nights, I would light the candles, put on some heels, listen to music, drink a glass, 3 of wine, and play music.
And that was your regimen.
And that was my regimen.
And for me, it was, okay, I'm going home. Well, I'm about to put on my face and do whatever and do my pictures or do whatever it is I'm doing. Or,
light your incense.
I'm really good for a late night painting, with no clothes, but that is what it is, but that's my self-care, my music, my incense, and an apron, and I'm painting at 2:00 in the morning or something. That was our self-care. I have moved away from that. So see, like I said, I'm on a journey to find my new self, and I'm in a transition period. So
I love that. And I think you need to get back to painting. I need to get back to my Friday nights. I miss my Friday night music.
Our situations are so different now that we have to reinvent that Friday night. You cannot do what you did before. And I cannot do what I did before. We have to find other ways to do it.
I told you we're on a concert mission this year. Okay. Alone versus lonely.
Wait,
what is the difference?
There's a part of alone that I have to deal with. Of alone versus lonely.
Come on.
There's a group of people. We all know a person who is single.
Yes.
They feel lonely.
Yes.
So they feel alone.
Yes.
So they are bitter.
Yes.
Just a drag to be around. Debbie Downer. It's like a viper pit. They always got something to say about somebody else, man, a relationship.
Yes.
Or they want you to stay single so y'all can be single. And I have down here about this viper's nest. I do think there is an issue with a single person who only has single friends, because you lose perspective. It reminds me of Sex in the City episode where Jessica went, Sarah Jessica Parker, she went to a party and she took off her, I don't know, $600 shoes or something. And somebody stole them.
Yes,
and the person was like, how dare you buy $600 shoes? And she was like, bitch, I'm single with no kids. And they were like, how selfish. And she went through this whole thing. Now, she was right that she's entitled to have whatever she wants to have. She wasn't selfish, but we all know people who are so caught up because you're single, you're so caught up in yourself, you become selfish and you don't even realize it. Self-absorbed and you don't even realize it. And I've seen groups of women and men who roll together, and I call them like herds, like little pits of vipers, that they're all bitter. They all got something to say. They're all nasty, and they don't even have to be nasty. Sometimes they're so accomplished that they don't need no man. They can't this and they can't that, and they're shooting down everyone. So there is a problem with them being alone and lonely. It can feed this monster, and misery loves company. And then you can very easily have a bunch of single people who are all miserable together and don't even realize it.
Okay, so what I think about, I like that. I like that a lot. So alone. I am alone because I'm single.
Yes.
But I'm not lonely.
Right.
Right? I don't go to bed crying because there's no one next to me. I don't go to bed.
I'm sorry, it's not
crying because I have no one to text or any of that. So I look at it. Alone time for me is so necessary.
Yes.
Let me explain this. I like my time to just take some breaths,
right,
and listen to music and read a book and laugh and just be by myself, to just think and to question and everything. And I think people don't realize that being alone isn't a death sentence. Being alone isn't this horrible place to be, because to me, in my aloneness is when I get some great ideas. Obviously, she knows this because I then text her or call her and I tell her what I just thought about. I give her ideas and we hash them out and we talk about them. And so I think alone is that little island that you get to go to and then eat all the mangoes and all the pineapples and the coconuts. Let's do a visual. You leave there and you go back to the main island.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. Alone is like Hawaii and all the islands.
Yeah,
that's alone. Each island on its own, but collectively Hawaii, right? And lonely is that deserted island that doesn't have a name, that's just a pile of rocks or whatever next to nothing, and you can't find it. Alone is healthy. Alone is healthy. Lonely is unhealthy.
Yes. Lonely is unhealthy. Makes you make the phone calls at 2:00 in the morning talking about you want to come visit. That's to me. Lonely is you start flirting and talking with someone you know is not good for you mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually. That's
lonely is okay if you touch it and walk away from it. But when you stay in it, lonely and depression, hand in hand,
Yes.
I used to, it's funny. I say I'm not a depressed person. I have been depressed in moments. I had a breakup, not that recent one, that I was depressed about. I long time ago, I was depressed. I got over it like anyone does, I used to be a lonely person. I used to perform a lot. So I used to be on stage and I got used to that kind of. And I was used to having people around me because I used to like to party and do all those things, and it's different when you have people around you all the time. Like when you're left in those moments and you're alone, that is when loneliness sets in, because there's what I call the great letdown, where you sigh and no one's around you. Like whether they're clapping, whether you're talking, whether you're observing, no one's around you. I used to feel like that. I could be in a room full of people and feel lonely, right? Because I was disconnected from people. I wasn't self-absorbed, but I had this thing in me that just could not be appeased. It could not be fulfilled by any one person. And it's the relationship I was in, and we broke up. Let me tell you something. That cured me of loneliness. I kid you not. If I come away with anything, any emotional growth from being with Anonymous, it was that I do not suffer from loneliness. I don't have it anymore. I don't feel the loneliness. There is no pit. There is no great letdown from being in. No, I don't have it. I don't feel lonely.
You know what's crazy for me? I enjoy my alone time so much that I don't even think to flirt. I don't pay attention to anyone. I can walk by. I may look and say he's nice looking, he's fine, and I can keep it moving because I'm so comfortable in my aloneness. I'm so comfortable in going out to dinner alone. I'm so comfortable in saying and calling you saying I'm about to go out of town, out of the country, and I'm going by myself.
Right. Well, see, essentially
I know. I think that's my danger zone. I get so comfortable.
That's where I'm getting to. We get so now. See, we're alone, right? We're self-sufficient. We're used to being alone.
Yes.
We are making it alone.
Yes.
We're making it so much alone that people look at us and don't want to deal with us. Because guess what? We seem full. We seem like we don't need your help. We don't need your love. We have everything together. There's no space for you. What does she need me for? And men say that. Men say that to me. I am not the most put together person, but I present myself well. It's nothing fake about me. But because emotionally I'm evolved and I'm mature, they think that I'm put together. They think I don't need anything. So they don't want to enter any type of relationship with me because they don't think that they have anything to bring to the table.
And for me, I get the what can I offer you? What can I give you?
That's the same thing. Yeah.
And no, that's what I'm saying. I get the what can I offer you? What can I give you? Not realizing I just want you, the person. Yes. I love gifts. And yes, I love to travel.
What can I offer and give you? Words are real nice. But the actions. Because dudes have offered me the sun and the moon. With what I get shit on a plate? Like what? What was it? Because it did. People say a lot of things. And that's a whole other thing about being single.
And that's what I said. For me, I get so comfortable and alone. And I didn't even think about that people are looking, saying, well, she's so comfortable.
Yeah.
Why would I, what do I have to offer her to bring her out that
I was told there's no space, that I don't allow for space with anyone, for any space for anyone to come in. And it's not that I'm emotionally closed, but that my life is so full of other things within my self-sufficiency and aloneness and my singleness that there's no space.
And the sad part is, I see that, right? I see where they will be coming from because I have a fulfilling life. You have a fulfilling life. We are doing things that we thought about, that we planned on, that we dreamed about doing. And so how do you come in and enter that aloneness with us and bring us together as two? Because in your aloneness, you're enjoying yourself. And I think I am in that, and I'm saying this because I am in that space right now. I enjoy joy time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy doing and going. But what I finally had to admit is that I do want to share.
Yeah.
I do want to be with someone. I do, even at the age I'm at, want to get married. I do still see myself getting married. It just doesn't look the same. Shush.
I question, I could see you getting married because you're a different person than I am. I don't know that I will get married. I told you I had a premonition I'd be married 3 times or not at all. And I kind of feel like maybe that's not for me.
Well, I never even thought about getting married until the last, 10 years or less than 10 years, even having a thought. Yeah. About really a thought about getting married. So I can see that. I really do.
Part of not getting lonely when you're a single person is keeping your life full, and we keep ourselves so busy that when we do meet people who are worth stopping the world and melting with them, we don't have time. It's like a merry-go-round is spinning so fast they can't get on. I have met quite a few men recently, but in my life that are just like, damn, I can't get a word in edgewise with you. Not that I'm talking too much, but I'm living too much. I have too much going on.
And how do they fit in?
Yeah. So I just had a guy the other day who was he's really nice. He's cute. He's everything. I like him. But he's just like, I can't fuck with you because you don't have any time for me. Well, listen, the only time I had for me was to sleep. And I'm sorry, I'm not giving up my sleep time to stare at you. I'm not doing it. It's not that I don't care. But you know what else? I've grown to a point where I really don't give a fuck about a relationship at this point. I came out of that mess, and I didn't come out. I'm not bitter. It's not that. It's just that I have done so many types of relationships that I don't care if I'm in one or not. Really, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about sex. I don't care about being in a relationship. I don't give a fuck if I get married. I just don't care.
And see, for me, I want a companion. I want a friend. I want a partner. I want someone to do. I think for me always is I want to go to a concert without you, or we go together as 4 of us instead of always just you and I.
It's been the 3 of us on both sides. It's been me and you and your partner, or you and me and my partner.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I want it where I can do something. I think
we never had a double date.
No, we have never in almost 20 years.
Never had a double date. Have we just been single?
Yes.
You single, then I'm not. Then I'm single, then you're not. Oh my goodness.
I would like to experience Italy. With someone. I would like to experience Egypt with someone.
You know what you would have to do, though, which I think would be difficult for you because you've been so many times and you share a part of what you've experienced. But if you don't experience these things with them as if it's the first time, or go do something,
would be
or
as
do
the first time because I'm looking at it from their perspective.
They won't feel like it if you know everything and I like this and I love this, and if because you know what you like and where you've been, there it's not going to feel like that for them.
I disagree, because that's where I will get to allow them figure out what you want to see here, and then I get to go with them to see it and experience it. And I get to look at it and feel it and touch it.
You definitely could use a travel companion. I, on the other hand, have had companionship. I'm okay with it. That's a friend. That's just a friend.
That's
fuck?
Just a friend.
It's a friend.
No, I don't want just a friend.
You want a friend with benefits. That's what you're talking about.
But she say he's just... No, I want more than that.
Well, a companion is literally a friend with benefits. If you're saying you don't just want that friendship.
I want the marriage with that.
Oh, well, that's different than a companion, isn't it?
I want him to be my companion, my friend, my husband.
So you don't want the husband that stays at home. You want the husband who's ready to go with you. You want the travel size husband.
I want a travel size. I want a big.
You want a guy who can go with you. Guy on the go. I do,
and if he can cook,
somebody gonna have to cook, because she can cook, but she be acting like she can't cook.
Houston, we have a problem.
I mean, we went from living single to talking about relationships. But
so wait. So we're gonna bring it back.
Okay, that's okay. If you're single and your goal is to have a relationship, then I would say part of your work while you're working on yourself is also to research relationships.
I was talking about
stalking relationships. Stalk them. Talk to people who have been married and who have healthy marriages, not whack ass marriages where they each have 3 boyfriends and girlfriends and not that shit.
And also, if someone cheated or if whatever happened and they separated, broke up for 2 years and got back together, and the second part of the marriage looks even better than the first part, we overall need to find out and watch and hang out with married couples and go see how they, ask them how they go on dates. Ask them, especially if you're younger and they have small kids, ask them how they still having sex. Like, what do they do? How do they keep that? How they keep that going? I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but I'm just saying some people, and I hear it all the time. Well, for the first 2 years, or we had the baby, we didn't have sex, or we didn't do it.
Were they white?
No.
They was black people?
They were black people. I met someone who's literally said,
listen, I could tell you, like, in the car, do a quickie in the bathroom, send the motherfuckers to bed and the fuck then. When they go into school, do a quickie in the morning. What are you talking about? Send them to their grandma's house.
But some people don't. They're not thinking that.
Wash laundry at the same time. I can tell you a million ways to get it because I'm a single mother.
So, but some people didn't know. Some people didn't know, and they were really like. But I'm saying, talk to a married couple, because also to see that it is not going to be a problem. Because some people go in there thinking, because I'm about to be this mom and I'm going to be tired and I'm not going to do my hair, can I still get it in? And like you just said, of course you still can get it in. You can be washing clothes or whatever.
You can get anything in if you make time for it.
But that's what I'm saying. Talking to other couples just to hear. Yeah. Sometimes you want to just hear like, oh, so nothing stopped. Nothing changed. Everything stayed the same. So that's what I'm saying. Like, relationship stock. Go look at these couples. Talk to people around you.
And also be mindful of where you are going as a single person and who you're trying to meet. If I want to meet a man who is sanctified and saved, I am not going to meet him at the strip club. We are not going to meet
a man at the strip club?
Yes, you can. I have. You're not going to meet a man who is giving his life over to God at the club. You're not going to meet him. It's not going to happen. I mean, you could go to school if you have children, to your children's school and try and meet a man, but he probably there with a family. I mean, like, be mindful of where you're going and try other things. Yes. Try other things and do your research. And it sounds like a stalker. I don't care what guys say. Do your research. I'm telling you, I have found out more looking at people's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat about their real life. Now, and people I have met right in my face. I could have been at Walmart, Target, wherever, met a dude. He's at me. He's hard body with it. Da. Great. We're just now, I don't mess around quick like that. So, we wasn't intimate, but we're chilling, whatever. Everything seems good. Something just said, girl, go get on his shit. Go look at his stuff. Do you know how many dudes was in my face and got a pregnant wife, got a baby mama that they live with, got a whole girlfriend they just got engaged to, got all kinds of stuff. So you have to do your research on the person you're with too.
Now I'm going to give you the flip side of it, of the Facebook stalk. I think sometimes we tell too much on Facebook.
Yes, I agree.
I think we take the dating out because all you have to do is go on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and find out that she wants to get married in the Greek Isles and have 2.5 kids. And she like long walks on, let's take a long walk around the block. She wants a Jill Scott type of life and so on and so forth. So therefore, he feels like he already knows her. There's no guesswork. He don't have to get to know her. Or she already knows him. There's no guesswork. So there's no getting to know you because Facebook already gave me all the information.
I could know you all day long. I can know your likes and dislikes, but chemistry is something that cannot be faked. It is,
but it's still...
It cannot be fake. The problem is
still
that
there, though.
We as single people, we very rarely get to the point of face-to-face conversation and chemistry, it's not allowed to be put into play because we're online all the time or we're texting. If you're texting a man consistently, constantly, you're a pen pal. That's not your boyfriend. You're single. You understand that? Like we that do those truth. Things. Like you know somebody, but you don't know
because
them.
Texting to me can miscommunicate, can send so many wrong messages because of the wrong word you use. And I read it one way and you meant it entirely different way. And a whole argument can ensue. And when you finally talk to them, they're like, what are you talking about? All I said was this because that's what I thought it was being funny or whatever. So I do agree. But I'm just saying when you do that stalking, that's the other part of it. You also, some people stalk and find out what they need to know.
Yes, and they pretend to be somebody they're not. Yes. Or they pretend to be maybe they don't pretend to be somebody they're not. Maybe they pretend to be interested in the things you're interested in. Just to they found that on... That's 100% true, but that's any dating site does the same thing. You list your likes. When you talk to somebody says, tell me what you like. I don't even tell them because I don't want you to pretend you like the shit I like. You just going to figure it out. Well, guess what? It's all relative to who I'm with, what I like. I like a lot of shit. That's what I say. I'm not telling you everything. Some things,
but I don't tell you everything.
It will become evident if we spend time together. You'll see what I like if you pay attention. And if you don't pay attention, then why am I fucking with you?
That's what I say. I tell you some. I don't tell you a lot. Now, let's look at this. You ready?
Yeah.
Knowing the difference between real love and romanticized love. So which one you want to tackle? And I'll tackle the other part.
I'll tackle real.
Okay.
So real love is ugly. It's like childbirth. It's bloody. It's dirty. It's stank. It's way too much TMI, people in your business, you're ripped and raw open. But at the same time, there's beautiful things that come from it. You heal, you grow, you have a child, it's work. Real love is work. It is not just a word, it is an action. It is intent behind the words you say. It is sticking to your word. It is being faithful and loyal. It's all those things. And real love, it doesn't happen in a castle. It's not gonna be on no motherfucking movie. Real love is in the... Listen, I seen crackheads in love on the street. I seen real love between two degenerates, alcoholics up against the building, taking care of each other. You see real love. We're in Africa where people are living in dirt. Real love. It's not about what you have. It's not about that bullshit you see. Real love is about work. It is about commitment. It is about choosing, because you could love anybody, but it's who you choose and who you choose to stick with, who you choose to weather the storm with. You choose to grow together. It's a choice, and love every day is a choice, and it is work. Okay. God bless my parents. They're still married. 46 years. God bless them. That's some work.
Let me ask you this, though. Real love doesn't have to be hard. What do you think? Meaning, no. Okay. And the reason why I asked that, because...
You mean difficult?
No, you know how we argued and broke up 10 times and we were together 10 years and we, every other year we separated and broke up, and he broke my heart and I broke his heart. And that's how we knew we had real love.
Real love it's fluid though. Like you can fall in and out of love, which dances on that romanticized love you're about to hit to. But real love is about the highest level of understanding and respect. And if you have that, things can be hard. But see, look, you could have real love for somebody else, but that cannot trump the real love you have for yourself. If you don't have real love for yourself, you are going to let this dude beat your ass 20 times and break up and come back because you don't have that real love for yourself. Mm-hmm. We talked about loving single. That's the real love for yourself first. And that's also work, commitment, and choosing you. And then when you get to that point, you can choose somebody else. You can do that.
Romanticized love. Romanticized love to me is The Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
it's that beautiful, he left, he went off to the army. Her parents broke them up.
Mm-hmm.
She came back and he told her he's always waited for her. He was rebuilding the house for her and he kept everything that she wanted and they got together and they died at the end together. Romanticized love is this like movie junk that you see and you're like,
but it's not really junk though, is it?
It's not junk because, listen, y'all, I read romances at least once a week. Okay? I love romance. Is that happy ending? Is that romanticized love is watching, let me think of a movie. Let me think. Is loving basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play you for a game,
right.
For your love. It's that love that it doesn't last long. Is beautiful in words to me. Romanticized love is that beautiful poem, that beautiful note, that
romanticized love is when you're falling in love.
Yes,
it is.
It's that beautiful, feeling that
it's
beautiful.
It's the love before the work, before the shit gets real. It's Cinderella until 12
it's
strikes.
It's the easy part of I love you, right? That's why I said it's that beautiful poem. Is that easy breezy when you walk in and you hold their hands and the birds are singing and there's no traffic going and you're dancing in the middle of the street. That's to me romanticized love. Is that beautiful,
romanticized
love. And wait a minute. It also is that I can talk on the phone with you and text you until 3-4 in the morning, knowing you got to be back up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work. And baby, it's okay. You get up and go to work and you skipping and you like, I just talked to my man or my girlfriend and you smiling and so happy. That to me is the romanticized love of it. It's that it's the before.
Right.
It's the before.
Well, there is a slight difference between having romance.
Yes.
Which is the falling in love part, which is what you're talking about. And romanticize, which is something that is not real.
Yes.
Right? Romance is real. Everything you're talking about, that late night phone calls on, we haven't been there. That's real. That's real. It takes a lot of effort to keep that momentum up. Romanticized love is almost like an ideology. Like, okay, you think it's supposed to be like this and you overlook. So I feel you overlook all the bad things. See, romanticized love is the same thing that will allow Jim to be with Patty and Patty done beat his ass 20 times and he still stays with her.
But that's why I said is the romance.
Right.
It's the before,
the hope,
but it's the hope. And you said something, but is that hope and it's the, it's
the intention.
It's the intention.
Wait a minute, to follow
but
through.
you know that he's still dating Lisa a little every now and then. But because he told you he want to be with you and he just in a situation right now. But y'all text every night is that beautiful love part of it. It's romanticized love is you know that there's no potential, but you don't want to acknowledge.
I wonder if you even see that when we're in love, when you're falling in love.
That's what I'm saying. Is that romanticized love?
No potential?
Is no potential, right? We can see it. I can see that. Wait a minute. This dude is everything that you is not looking
as
for.
Somebody from the outside?
From the outside.
Yeah.
But you are so caught up in it. You are just so in love. You in love with the love.
Yeah, being in love with love is romanticized.
Yes, you in love with the love.
I'm a person who's in love with love, always.
I love love.
And the intent, your initial intent, the initial attraction, and what is the word I'm looking for? Just being enamored with someone.
Yes.
That's all the chemistry that starts, right? But after all the effervescence is gone, what are you left with? Does it taste like prune juice? What is it? What is this elixir? So romanticized love you need, because that's what draws us together at first. Right.
And it's a beautiful, I love it. I love the romanticize of the love. I love the falling in love. I love the beauty, the pureness of it. I met someone, the wonder of it, the potential.
Women, we fall in love with men or settle for not even just men, with partners, period, based on potential. We don't even look at what you are right now. Men do that. They look at what you have right now. If you're not with it, you're not on their list. Fuck you, they moving on, right? This is what they do. Women, oh, he doesn't have this, but he has 2 of the 20,000 things I need. I can help him get the other 18,000. And that's what we end up doing. Like, we mess around and we fall in love with potential because of this romantic ideology that we are fed as children.
I tell everyone, this is what I've learned. Romanticized love is the beautiful part of just saying, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And we as little girls, we fell in love with the I love you. But what no one told us is that the easiest part of love is saying, I love you.
I think that's why I don't really say it. And I don't use those words.
I use it. No, I don't use I love you, but I will tell you I love my friends and family all the time. I want you all to want them to know.
With relationship.
In relationship, I don't use the I love you carelessly. But that's why I remember telling Mama this. I was like, Mama, you lied to me as a little girl, and Mama was probably about to take my head off my shoulders in the kitchen that day until I had to hurry up, speak real fast and tell her what I meant. I said, because you all made us think as little girls that I love you was it. That once he told us, or once she told him that I love you, that everything else was easy breezy. And the reality is that the easiest part was saying, I love you. The hard work came in afterwards, keeping that love.
Which doesn't stay the same.
No, it's fluid. It changes.
So I love you.
In and out of love with someone.
You love this person for different reasons every day.
Yes.
Or don't love them for different reasons. I think I love you meant something once upon a time. But once upon a time, dinosaurs were alive. Like,
that's what I said.
Once upon a time, people kept their word. That's where my word is my bond. That's why your name meant something, because Naja P said this. So Naja P, her word is her bond because you put it on your name and it meant something. And if you said, I love you, that also meant I'm going to take care of you. Yes. And all the work that went with that. And there was very few people back in the day who was like, oh, we're getting a divorce. Oh, or off with her head. People weren't doing that shit. They were stuck together. Like, so back in the day, I love you meant more than it does now.
Yes.
And you talk about culturally.
Yes.
Don't talk to a Caribbean person or African person because they're going to tell you they love you the first moment they see you, and it don't mean shit. That's like saying, I like your hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I so love, baby. I love when we always talk about the international and meeting people, and they are so quick to be like, I love you and I want to be with you. And I'm like, how do you say my name? Like, where do I live?
I believe that more with the people we've met, like in Egypt, just because of the way that they're brought up. And even them, they're not even, you can't even roll with that. But, I dated predominantly Jamaican for a long time. Girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. Like, everybody, it doesn't mean shit. Thank God I didn't grow up. They didn't say I love you in my household. That just was not something that was said. It was an action. So I knew they loved me because they took care of me. So I knew they loved me because, you know what I'm saying?
I had both. We went to bed. We were almost like, love you, Danny boy, love you.
Right. That's really cute. I do that with my kids.
And you know that we all, before the lights went out, you heard throughout the whole house. And she's been witness to all of us screaming, Night, I love you, mama, love you. So I grew up in that environment, but I also grew up with the actions of showing the love.
And I think when you use that word loosely, that's either you don't understand what it means or that's a part of your culture, not necessarily your ethnic culture, whatever, maybe your family culture. So because my family didn't use that word like that, right?
Yes.
I don't use that word. Like if I tell you I love you, that's because I fucking love you for real. Like, and I mean that shit. And I'm going to follow suit with action. I can't, let me tell you, I swear to me, since I was a teenager, I can't even form my lips to say love you. Don't even play yourself. If I don't fucking love you, I can't even say love. I can't do it. If
you already know
my
I'm not
lips
saying
are like glued. I cannot do it.
But and for me, even when I do love you, I probably won't tell you unless you're
you say love you. You got me saying love you back. I don't say that to friends.
Yeah, she does. Every time we get off the
family, I don't do it. Except for my children. Except for my children, because I did not want them to grow up in this world, single or otherwise, not understanding. I mean, listen, it's good to say I love you. It's good to show.
I love it.
It's good to vocalize this. But then I also show them you have to follow through with action, with action. But I tried to really push through to them that you need to love you first. Say I love you to yourself. Ooh. Say I love you to yourself. That is hard. You think it's hard to give yourself a compliment? Look at yourself and really tell yourself you love you. I guarantee you'll cry.
And I like you.
I guarantee you'll cry. Love and like is two different things. Because that is very difficult. When you love somebody, when you truly love somebody or love your craft or whatever it is, you care about every fucking thing you do. You are stripped naked. You are vulnerable. Look, I love writing. So when I get up, I don't do it much anymore. When I get up and I would read my poetry or whatever, or I would show somebody my writing, it meant something to me. I was very emotional, very passionate about it because I loved it. It was a part of me. I loved it. So, it could be something you do in life. It could be a person. Go ahead, honey.
Side note, I think it's time for, on our podcast coming up, to do a writing challenge. We haven't done one of those in a long, long time. I think it's time
writing exercise?
To do a writing exercise.
I haven't done it in a while. I had some Facebook friends. I kind of got them.
We tried to get something started last year. Remember? But I think that's time to bring that in. Okay, so let's talk about this. So you think you're ready? How do you put yourself out there? How do you go about saying I comfortable with myself. I'm loving my singleness. I love being alone, but I'm not lonely. I know what I'm looking for. How do you put yourself out there?
Well, definitely don't say I love being alone, because that says I don't want you.
No, meaning
but don't project that.
No, but I'm saying I'm loving my alone time. I'm loving being alone. I'm loving it for the state I'm in.
I think if you're putting yourself, so you think you're ready.
So you think you can dance?
So you think you're ready until you go out into the dating world that's changed now that you've been single and not necessarily dating seriously. So now you think you're ready until you realize most people meet online and then get together. A lot of dating sites and stuff.
Yes.
That's huge. Most people get married through them now.
Yes.
Right? So you think you're ready until you're sitting right in somebody's face. And you have to decide if you really want to spend your time and share your space with them. Like, it's difficult. I think the way that you might need to test it out is that try some group dating like they did, like high schoolers do, like teenagers do, where you all just kind of hang out and intermingle.
Yes.
Because if you're uncomfortable talking to dudes or women in a group setting, you are not going to do well one-on-one if you're not ready for that.
So meaning I guess you're saying, for me, finding social events to go to.
You could do that, yes.
You can, is other people going to be there where you can start meeting new people? I think finding your interests. The one thing I keep saying I want to do is find people to go hiking with every summer. Yep. And Nkrumah promised me every year that he's going to come down from Brooklyn and go hiking with me. And he said he's definitely going to come this year so we can go into the Adirondacks and everything and go hiking. But finding people who have like-minded interests in which things that you like to do. What else putting yourself out there?
Flirting. You need to flirt.
Jesus.
You need to start flirting.
How do you flirt? What do you?
So listen, okay.
Let's do this because y'all, she's so good at it. And I just be wanting to go and kick her and trip her when she's flirting. Me flirting is like a big cow walking through the room and I just bump into everything. I really don't know
flirting
what
doesn't
that is.
It's real simple. It's just
what is it? How do you do?
It's just showing interest.
But if I smile at you, that's not flirt. I do smile. Is that's not enough? Did you roll your eyes at me?
First of all, you do not smile at people. You definitely don't smile at guys you like. That's first and foremost. You look away.
What about a half smile?
We were just at a party for New Year's. Did you smile at anyone that you thought was remotely attractive?
He was with someone.
Did you smile before you knew he was with them? No, you did not. You turned around, girl, he looked good. I was like, well, okay, shoot your shot or whatever. You wasn't trying to holler at him.
Okay, so
let me tell you something.
Smile.
Flirting is putting yourself out there. First of all, do not be afraid of rejection. There are more important people in your life who have said no to you. Be upset if the bank says no, you can't get your money out. Be upset if your job says no, they're not going to give you your check. Your mother says no, I don't love you. That's some shit that matters. Some dude or chick telling you no because you like them, who gives a fuck? They're nobody anyways.
That's easier said than done.
No, it's not. When you look at it like that. When you look at it like that.
When you look at it like that, you're correct. That is so perfect. But for me, Lord of mercy.
Girl, so listen,
I can't deal with the rejection.
And don't listen. People go overboard with the flirting and the and the eye and all that. You don't need to do all that because you just look like a hoe, right? Across the board. It's something as simple as while they're speaking, if you're in a room with people, while they're speaking, you pick up on something they're interested in, and you strike up a very small, superficial conversation about what they're interested in. Okay. And as you're talking to them, if you like them, if you like their physical appearance is what you're going to act on first.
Turn your body into them. You lean towards them.
You lean towards them. You don't lean towards them, but have your back. That ain't going to work. You lean your body towards them, maybe shoulder in towards. Women have a tendency to touch. Men connect through touch. It is true. So proximity, get closer.
Okay.
I'm not saying stroke them because they will think they can take you home. And since we have social media involved with flirting and dating and things, men think they can just say boo and you're going to fuck. That's real talk. They think that there's people who will do that. You know how that goes. So lightly touch, or touch your hair, your ear. That allows them to understand that you're interested. They see a connection. Mirror what they do. If he and touches his leg, then you touch your leg. That's something very, very
okay. I'm about to go there.
Works.
So how do you flirt on social media? Is there?
Well, first of all, you flirt in the inbox, but you can flirt outside. See, I like to flirt in comments, right? Because I want to see who's going to get pissed off. I want to see if he has a girl or somebody who's going to get mad. You know?
Okay, so wait. So we flirt on the comments. So, ladies, can we send a message to the guy?
Why not? I mean...
But okay, do you send a message to the guy that you already can tell 1 million people want
who cares
to be with? Okay, I'm just
First
asking.
of all, why do you want somebody nobody wants? I don't want to do what nobody wants. Like, what's wrong with him?
You're right. No, you're right.
So for me, if there's a man everybody wants, do you know how I get his attention? I respond blandly. I might put a smile face. I might put a thumbs up. I might write nice. I might say something that's a little, that's kind of cute. And that's it. I don't gush or I crack a joke and I leave it. I don't hit them up. I don't DM, none of that shit, right? Every fucking time I do that, they come to me. Every time. Listen, everybody's throwing their peen and their cooch at people online. Everybody's doing it.
And that's why I'm asking.
If you're the one who doesn't, You're the one that they'll see. It's just like when you deal with somebody who's in the public eye. Are you going to be the groupie or are you going to reserve? If you reserve yourself, if you pull back and have some mystery and act like you have some fucking class and some couth about yourself, you're the one they'll go to. They'll seek you out. You don't need to seek them out. You'll catch their eye and they'll be like,
let me see if I got someone on social media I want to flirt with. Let me go test these waters a little. Loving single. Loving yourself enough to be alone. Loving your aloneness enough to grow. Loving you. Saying I love you. Affirming your love for yourself. Affirming your like for yourself. Realizing what you want, articulating what you are, what you want and what you will give and what you expect, believing in yourself, watching other people relationship, figuring out,
learning from it, not just watching, but learning
and learning.
How about be single
and asking questions?
Be single and offer no explanations.
And it's okay to be single.
Do not be apologetic.
And you don't have to apologize for being single. And it's okay once you accept and if you want to flirt, to smile at him, to lean into him or her when they are talking, to make comments on the Facebook, to DM and say, hey girl, hey boy.
But make sure before you do all of this, you do it for yourself.
Yes.
You do it with yourself.
But that's loving single.
You literally do it to yourself. Everything needs to be directed towards self inward before you do anything externally.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because that's loving single.
Yeah. So
in
that you can love single.
2000 kind of world.
Yeah.
I love this. I love learning about being single and having this conversation that so many of us don't want to have because we're single and we're not happy and our girlfriends just got married. I just went on Facebook to check and I just saw like 3 people in the last week got engaged. And then it makes you question like, yo, am I chopped liver over here? What's going on?
I'm all for
but I love it.
Love and commitment. I'm all for it. As a single person, do not get down because people are in these relationships and they're sharing. Not everything that glitters is gold, right? Ooh. And some gold is fool's gold. You know what I'm saying? Some things that glitters, sometimes gold isn't even worth its weight. Like, you don't worry about that shit. I see people who are engaged, who are married. I literally had a man who the day of his wedding, the morning, was in my inbox. And 2 days after they got married was in my inbox with, I love you. Not let's fuck, but I love you, because I had a relationship with him. So just because you have a paper doesn't mean that you're happy or that you have a commitment. I'm not saying knock the relationships. I'm saying worry about your relationship with yourself and then move forward. And don't worry about other people. And remember, you don't owe anyone. You don't owe anyone an explanation. No one.
So, loving single.
Girl, love your single.
Love yourself. Touch yourself. Be yourself. All right, community shout outs. Who are we shouting out this week?
So we got some shout outs. Let me see what we talking about. First of all, we have to shout out Cornell at Custo Prints. Yay! He printed up. You see this freaking fresh right here?
You see that? You see this?
He printed up all our shirts. He printed up our banner. You need to go check him out.
T-shirts. Go check him out. He can do rush orders. He can do direct to garment. He can do vinyl. He can do silk screen.
Silk screen, yep. All you need.
Whatever you need.
Design, anything you need to hit him up.
Hit Cornell up.
At custoprints.com.
Okay. Be healthy on Genesee. Listen, y'all. Okay. I'm there every morning at 7:00. Thank you, Jesse. I get the health nut. I haven't even ventured out to try any other ones. I am so extremely thankful for Be Healthy. And Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays, Okay, look, I have a best friend in Chicago that's a vegan chef that makes his own cheese. And when I went to Be Healthy to get this taco, Jesus, Kahari, you got someone that's
she acts like Be Healthy's crack.
Right. You got someone that's coming for you, okay?
We need to give a shout out to our baby boy, Dev.
Static Vibrations Network.
Vibrations Network.
And in his podcast, Introspective Insight, check him out. Check him out. And I think I saw on his Facebook page that the Rock Awards is giving him some kind of community award.
All right, all right. Without him, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you. So we thank him greatly. So 2 things that's coming up February 21st, the Souls of Our Folks from 6 to 9 p.m. hosted by Sankofor Studios is free. Check it out on Eventbrite. Get your tickets. Go there, please. And then the other one is the Black Love Affair, February 22nd from 9 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Yes.
Also on Eventbrite.
Is that free?
It's free. So those are 2 things coming up.
What are we talking about here? We're talking about 2 things that have to do with us folks, the Souls of Art folks, and with Sankofa Studios, that's the 21st, and the Black Love Affair on the 22nd. They're free
on Eventbrite.
You know what? This might be a nice way to get some singles to mingle.
Exactly. And because you can go and have conversations and meet someone.
And you talk about when you're making connections and conversations and you're just passing business cards, whatever. You never know who knows who. You know, you might be talking to a man who's married, but he might have a brother who's perfect for you.
Or a best friend. We don't know. And these are events for us. So let's go and support. Remember, we are Village Vibez. So we're trying to build our village. We want to get support out to our village. So if anytime you have any community shout outs that you need, that you have an event coming up, we don't care if it's in Rochester, New York, Chicago,
anywhere,
LA,
national, international. Hit us up at One Village Vibez on Facebook or One Village Vibez at Instagram.
Or you can also hit us up on villagevibes74@gmail.com. So please just let us know what's going on. We want to make sure we build this village and make sure our village is vibing strong. Okay, what's up next? We have edges or fences, boundaries.
Stay tuned for that one.
Boundaries. So thank you for coming to hang out with us. Thank you for talking about loving single.
Right. Remember,
90s, 2020 kind of world.
It takes a village.
We are the village. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Peace and love.
Peace.